It is 9:50 on Symphony 92.4. You're tuned to the morning show with me, Andrew, and David Garrett. David, it's so good to have you in the studio this morning.
Thank you very much.
You know, this, I assume, is your first semi-classical album, Free.
It is.
Okay, so, you know, with all the classical albums before you, and then suddenly this one. So, what's the deal?
The deal is that I really got the opportunity to do this by myself, and I was arranger of all the things, and a couple of tracks I've written. And so it's really been quite a challenge to do it. Second of all, I really felt, you know, being 25, it's really my responsibility to build a bridge for younger people to, you know, come being interested in classical music. And I thought doing a semi-classical recording would kind of, you know, help, you know, tear down the wall that classical music is, you know, all stuck up. And so I decided to do something like that, and I thought it was the right timing.
Right. So, do you really think that classical music is all stuck up?
No, I don't. But well, it's the way it's been presented since so many years.
I know.
You know, you just have to
sure,
give them something they're familiar with, and I think it's a good thing to, you know, bring the music to the people. Sometimes it's hard to get them in the concert.
So this is one way to do it. One way to do it.
I think it's the only way these days to reach young kids, to be quite honest.
Okay. And I wanted to ask you about this album because, you know, they're not only tracks that were inspired by Bizet or Paganini. You even write some of your own stuff here.
Yeah.
Right. And I was reading the liner notes that you wrote.
Yeah.
You're very talented. You play the violin, you model, you write your own liner notes.
Well, I try. I get bored with a lot of things very easily, so I have to kind of keep moving and do some new adventures, you know. So.
Okay, so now we're talking about Eliza's song.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So you wrote that, you know, you went out with Eliza, and then you got home. This melody was playing in your head.
Exactly,
you went and put it down in 10 minutes. Now I'm going to ask you a very important question.
Please.
As a composer, who is Eliza?
Eliza is how to put that? A very good friend of mine. Very beautiful girl, and with a good heart. And, you know, I always like to hang out with her in New York, which is my home.
More.
And I don't know where you're going with this, but
you can go anywhere you want.
no. It's, to be quite honest, it's never really been like a serious romantic relationship. It's really been like a good-hearted friendship, and to be quite honest, when I've been telling about this project, I was talking to her for many years. It took quite a few years to get everything together, and she never really believed me that thing would actually come out. So I was like, okay, if it comes out, I'll write one track for you. And she was like, you're right, you're just fooling around. So it was more like you know, I'll prove my point.
That's right, and you immortalized her in this song.
Yes. I think she's quite embarrassed.
Is she?
No, actually, she loves the song.
Eliza, if you're listening, you should be flattered.
She loves the song, and that's the most important thing.
Fantastic. At 9:50, I can't even tell the time now. 9:53 is the time on Symphony 92.4. And if you want to catch David Garrett live, he's going to play at the Paragon Shopping Center at Atrium 1 at 3:30 p.m. this Saturday, the 23rd of June. But to give you a taste of his playing live, he's going to play something for us. Now, this is no ordinary violin. This is your Guadagnini, right?
Actually, you know what? It's the Stradivari which I took with me. So.
Stradivari.
Yes.
I stand corrected. Now, this is a Stradivari with me in the studio, and David is going to play something for us now. And he's promised the Sarabande from the Partita No. 1 by Bach.
Exactly. Since it's a pure classical radio station, I thought I'll play some.
That is terrific. I can't wait. So, you know, there you go.
All right, let me just tune quickly. There's a lot of humidity here in Singapore.
I know. So
you adjust the mic so it sounds good,
all right? Okay, I'll make it sound good. Terrific, David. Thank you so much. Terrific.
Thank you.
How do you feel when you play a piece like that? I mean, does it make you all, you know?
Well, you have to have an emotional connection to the piece, absolutely.
Sure.
So it's sometimes important that you get into the mood. You know, the more you really kind of connect with the piece, the better you can actually just dive into the music and just forget about where you were at. So.
Is that what Pellman taught you, or was it your own philosophy?
Well, I think every really good musician knows that from the start. You know?
Right.
It's really something to do with what you want to do at the moment and just creating the music out of the situation.
Right. You see, you're only 25.
Yes.
Okay, so where are you going to stretch yourself towards for the next, you know, like maybe... do you have like a 5-year plan? Do you make a 5-year plan for yourself?
To be honest, I never do plans. That will sound crazy, but I like to work and I like to accomplish something when I work.
Mm-hmm.
And so, you know, planning something, though, is not really one of my strengths. I really try to just come up with good ideas and just go follow them until I have, you know, what I need and what I want. And I don't know, 10 years seems like an awful lot of time. I didn't know 10 years ago what I would be doing right now. So I would say, in the end, the biggest goal is to really just enjoy and not to work too much. Because sometimes when you really get to travel a lot, and if it's too much work, you really get, you know, exhausted, and that's not a good thing, you know, personally. And you don't really enjoy music making then anymore that much. But, you know, just have a good time and travel and see the world.
Yeah, what do you do to unwind? I mean, you need to get away from all the stress of performing.
I like to go to the beach. I know there's a beach here.
You're a beach bum.
I'm a beach bum, yeah. I like to go surf and just have a good time, sit at the beach, you know. And you know, do all the things people do.
We have some beaches here, don't we?
Yeah, I think there are some.
But no surfing beaches, I'm afraid. We don't have that kind of waves.
I'll just sit there and, you know, have a good time and, you know,
drink
burn some marshmallows.
Well, anyway, thank you so much for being with us this morning.
Thank you very much. My pleasure.
Thank you. And once again, you want to catch David Garrett live, you've got to go to the Paragon Shopping Centre at Atrium 1, 3:30 p.m. on Saturday, the 23rd of June. And if you've been taking part in our SMS contest to win passes to his performance tonight at the OOSH, log on to symphony.sg to see if you're one of 20 lucky winners. Thank you once again, and I hope to see you soon. See ya.